Welcome to No BS Game Guides. Let's go and have a look at the most common raid plan for the Arcadion M2 Savage. First things first, to better understand what's happening in the first minutes of this raid, you have to memorize these 4 casts. Number 1, when the boss casts Honey Beeline, which looks like this, you have to maneuver out and then back in. Number 2, if the boss casts Tempting Twist, which looks like this, you have to dodge in and then out. Before these 2 casts comes either Splash Venom or Drop of Venom. Splash is for spread, and Drop Venom means that you have to stack with your pair at your designated positions. Now to see it in action. Right after Call Me Honey, which is a very simple red-white AoE, she will cast Splash or Drop. In this example, she casts Splash, so we memorize that we have to spread. Right after comes either Beeline or Twist. This time it was Beeline. So we dodge out and then in, and while maneuvering back in, we go to our designated positions for spread. Then she will cast Drop, so we memorize that we stack with a pair. And after that she will cast Twist, which means we will dodge in and then out. While going out, we stack with our pair for Drop. Let me say it once again to make it clear, these 4 casts are all completely random and you have to watch the cast to dodge appropriately every time. After that comes a simple tank buster, which will either be a cleave or a stack, nothing special here, just use regular mitigations and take the correct positions. And right after that comes the first beat. There will be 3 beats in total, and it is very important to know that they hit very hard with raid-wide AoEs, and everyone should use their mitigation to help healers recover you. The first one looks easy, but the next 2 will hit like a truck, so practice using Reprisal for tanks, Feint for melee DPS and Addle for magical range. Next comes a scary but very easy mechanic to dodge, which has 2 different variations. It's either Centerstage combo or Outerstage combo. They both strike the same areas but with the opposite order. Centerstage is dodgeable by first going in between the pink lines close to the boss, then moving backwards, and finally sidestep left or right. Outerstage, as I said, is the same thing backwards, so you start from behind, again between the pink lines, then maneuver left or right, and then go close to the middle. One tip for the main tank and healers, right after that she will start auto-attacking, so you have to use mitigation. And the next mechanic is towers. To put it as simple as possible, all you have to do is to stay spread at your positions and clear towers without reaching 4 hearts. In general, you want to leave melees to take the closest towers and the range will clear the far off towers. Again, remember that every time you resolve a mechanic you take 1 heart and you don't want to reach 4 hearts. Right after the tower mechanic, a player will be marked for stacks. If you have 2 hearts, you go in and stack with him. If you have 3 stacks, you stay away. Basically, once you have 3 stacks, all you do is dodging, and if you have 2 hearts, you are waiting for the stack marker. For general knowledge, every time a player collects 4 hearts, he gets stunned, the boss receives a damage buff for the rest of the fight, and it restores 1% HP. After that comes another Centerstage or Outerstage, depending on what came first, and she will cast Finale to end phase 1. Again, living phases will do huge amount of raid-wide damage, so use mitigations as I said before. One more simple tank buster for the tanks, and then comes Alarm Pheromones. First, let's understand what alarm pheromones is. Bees will spawn randomly around the arena and will target random players at their current location. This means, even if their spawn location and target are random, you can at least bait their attack by standing all together at the same place. First and most important thing, never go solo and it will make it harder for everyone. Now, how to resolve this? There are two strategies right now in Party Finder. The first one, it's called Mario Kart and it resolves like this. Everyone stack north and rotate clockwise after the first bee attack. The other strat has everybody standing in the middle for the first 3 baits and then adjust into safe spots. There is no confirmed trick on which one is better, the only thing you should know to help your party is that you have to stay stacked all together. After that, she returns to middle for this second bit. The first thing she will cast right after every phase change is either splash or drop. As I've said at the beginning, splash is for spread and drop is for pairs. The only problem here is that you will need it an hour later after the cast. What most parties do is having a macro to type into chat spread or pair to recall it when it is needed. 4 players will have 0 hearts and the other 4 players will have 1 heart. If you have 1 heart, you simply stay mid for now and wait. For those who have 0 heart, there are again 2 different strategies in Party Finder. The first strategy is to split north and south in pairs and rotate clockwise. What you have to do is bait some AoE paddles around and finally take a stack hit with your pair and then move to the middle. The other strat has everyone with 0 stacks north and then split in pairs to rotate left and right. And again, after the stack hits, return to middle. Now, for those who were AFK middle until now, 2 of you will be marked with an AoE that you will have to spread it and soak it alone, and the other 2 of you will have to soak 1 tower each. So, recap. 1 hearts stay middle and wait, 0 hearts go north, rotate, resolve stacks and then go back to middle, 1 hearts marked with an AoE run far away from the group to soak it alone, 1 hearts without a mark go inside the tower. Finally, she will cast again beeline or twist and you have to resolve this the same way as always. And after an hour of different mechanic, it's time to recall if you have to spread or pair. Finally, she casts Honey Bee Finale to end phase 2. And then we are prepared to memorize the next spread or pair that we will use later in the fight. The first thing she will cast right after every phase change is either splash or drop. What you have to deal first is a mechanic called Poison Sting. The way to resolve this is to have everybody stuck in the middle to avoid AoEs, and each time 2 of you will be marked with an AoE paddle that you have to leave on the far side of the arena. The trick here is to run on your designated position by crossing in the middle of the green lines. And then return back in the middle. Another 2 of you will be marked next until everyone does that once. When everybody take their turn, she will finally cast Bee Sting and you will have to split into role groups to soak it. For support will have to stand on the one side and for DPS will have to stack on the other side. I have 2 tips for this mechanic. The first one is to mark a tank and healers stuck with him and the rest of the group stuck on the other side, or having nameplates by colors as I do and clearly see where the DPSs are stacking. Finishing that, another tank buster follows, and after an hour of different mechanic, it's time to recall if you have to spread or pair. She will cast either beeline or twist, and you have to resolve this the same as you did at the beginning. Going into the third bit, this is a phase change, you again have to memorize another thread of pair to use it later. What is more important is that this time you all have a debuff timer on you. There is no reason to freak out, it's either a big timer of 40 seconds plus or a small timer with 22 seconds. You have to resolve a simple outstage or center stage as before, but this time if you have the small timer, after this mechanic you have to move on your designated position on the far side of the arena, and if you have the big timer you have to stay in the middle. After the explosion you return mid, and those who were already mid run to soak one tower each. Again, the spots are very easy to find since they are on the side you were always been. After that comes another outstage or center stage, depending on which came first, and this time the other 4 that have the big timer have to go to the far side of the arena, then return to the middle, and those who were in the middle will have to soak one tower each. You will cast again beeline or twist, and you have to resolve this the same way as always. Finally, you prepare for the last phase, and a quick tip here is that 2 heavy raid-wide AoEs are incoming. Make sure that everybody uses their mitigation because healers can't heal this on week 1 alone. After a simple tank buster comes the last mechanic called Rotten Heart. This is a brain-dead mechanic that's basically a healing check. All you have to do is to make a circle around the boss in your designated position, and you have to watch your debuff timer. If you see your timer goes under 11, you run to the middle and wait for it to expire. After it expires, you move back to your position. There is nothing more you should know about it really, just watch your timer because it's random, and move in when it goes 11, and move out right after it expires. And that's it for the Arcadion M2 Savage. I hope you guys liked this guide, and if it was helpful, leave a like and maybe a comment to give your feedback, subscribe for more relevant content, and see you on the next video.